So this is an open letter to William Lane Craig. Dear Dr. William Lane Craig, I write to you with respect to an abuse of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, that's the DMCA, perpetrated in your name. I run a YouTube channel called Thunderf00t, which is critical of irrational positions, and recently I posted a video entitled The Humiliation of William Lane Craig, and much to my surprise, the video, which clearly falls under fair use, was taken down by a DMCA notification by John Leonard, that's Dr. Craig Videos, from YouTube. The video has since been mirrored dozens of times. Abuse of the DMCA like this is nothing more than a cheap attempt at censorship by the back door, and as such is the last act of a reprehensible coward who does not believe that his arguments can withstand public scrutiny. And while I vigorously disagree with William Lane Craig's views, I do not believe that he would so quickly sink to such vulgarly cheap tactics. Nonetheless, a man on YouTube is acting in this fashion in your name and claiming to be your legal representative. Further, I have since received communications from a reliable source stating this about Dr. Craig's videos. Hey, T-Foot, I just wanted to give you a heads up about this Dr. Craig Videos guy. In the past, he has filed DMCAs against me, Theo Warner, and Andromeda's Wake. He never fought any counter notice, and the idea, I think, is simply to get personal information in order to harass us. His name is not actually John Leonard, as far as I can tell. Years ago, he used to go by the name of and he had harassed the Rational Response Squad. He now creates websites like this, and an even worse one he made about Theo Warner, where he calls him a sex offender and a paedophile. The guy is completely nuts and has a lot of spare time on his hands. A dangerous combination, so be careful. And judging from the website and a little googling, the guy is crazy and apparently has a history of fishing for personal details using the DMCA in Dr. Craig's name, with the intent of personal harassment. A nasty piece of work. Dr. Craig's Videos claims to host videos on YouTube on behalf of William Lane Craig and with the consent of reasonable faith, even though this account seems to be directly contradicted by William Lane Craig himself.
I have never put a video on YouTube, but other people pirate them and put them up. And I recently saw a Google stat that said that at these Dr. Craig video sites, they have had over 4 million views. I have never put a video on YouTube, but other people pirate them and put them up. And I recently saw a Google stat that said that at these Dr. Craig video sites.
Further, you barely have to scratch the surface to find out that Dr. Craig Videos is a zealously draconian censor. Moreover, he seems intent on dropping my real name along with my YouTube account as much as possible, along with some bullshit about me being fired from Cornell for making threats of Holocaust on Muslims. Like I say, Craig, a nasty piece of work, perpetrating all of these acts under the banner of your name. My recommendation would be that you distance yourself from this reprehensible behaviour in as expedient a fashion as is possible by firstly writing to myself and copying the statement to YouTube. I can pass it on if you wish, stating that you had nothing to do with these DMCA takedowns and that the man purporting to act on your behalf is nothing to do with you, the presumed copyright owners, and that Dr. Craig's Videos' actions constitute an abuse of the DMCA and that he should no longer be allowed to continue to operate a YouTube channel in your name. YouTube does have rules that preclude people from acting in someone else's name like this. Further, you may wish to bring it to YouTube's attention that this man has now evidently and repeatedly and knowingly abused the DMCA by filing multiple failed notices. In itself, an offence which YouTube states should result in the permanent removal of this account. Naturally, if you, the scholarly academic, being fully aware of such behaviours, do not find someone proudly abusing a copyright instrument as a form of censorship and acting in such a despicable fashion in Dr. Craig's name an issue, then you need do nothing. And of course it goes without saying that if it turns out that Dr. Craig's Videos is acting on your behalf as he claims, I will countersue. As of you receiving this public letter, I will have sent it out to 150 or so thousand subscribers on my YouTube channel, with the suggestion that if they find the actions of Dr. Craig's videos abuse of the DMCA unacceptable, that they write to you and voice their concerns on reasonablefaith.org. I and they look forward to your response. Best wishes, Thunderfoot, aka Dr. Phil.